All right, guys, here's all the contents. Couple things we're gonna do before we install these. You just want to make sure everything is in the package and comes with both crossbars and the mounts, front and rear. The rear is shorter. Even if these stickers were torn off, kind of a good reference is to know that the rear is always going to be shorter. Also, with installation, you can see front of the vehicle. It has a airplane wing. There's a leading edge here. You can see how it's shaped. This goes towards the front always. Here's the tool that came with it, and this is just a spare screw and a nut and a washer. You don't need that. But if you lose one of these, there's a spare there, the keys, instructions, we don't need those. So for video purposes only, this comes with a 4mm Allen key and a 10mm angle wrench. We're not gonna use these tools, however, I will show you guys how to use them. We're gonna just use the impact, the wall impact, and a socket to drill it up fast for video purposes only, so this can be a quick installation. You can use a 4mm Allen socket or 5/32 inch Allen socket. So either or is fine, but very first thing we're going to do is not mess with this yet. We just want to make sure the vehicle is prepared before we install it. Couple things you may want to do. I'm 5'11", so I'm still going to use a step ladder, or if you don't have a step ladder, just grab an old milk crate like I got over here on this side. So either or is fine. And another very important thing is some safety glasses. Have some safety glasses. You're working within your face view, right in the vicinity of your face, so safety glasses is key. I got some shades on, so I'll be fine, but this is very important. All right, let's prep the vehicle and we'll come back here. All right, so I have a step ladder here. Just got some spray glass cleaner. I want to make sure there's no debris on this. See, it's kind of dirty up here. I was gonna wash the car before I installed these, but they're fine. It's not that bad. We just washed this a couple days ago. Just a quick spray down microfiber cloth towel. Just gonna wipe these down and kind of cuff my hand in here to make sure there's no debris. Although we're not using the entire rail here, we just want to clean it off still. And I'll show you guys what we're going to use for a reference to install them on both sides to make sure the symmetry is there without us using a ruler or measuring tape. All right, I'll do the other side and we can begin. All right, the very next step we want to do is remove these screws, washers from these crossbars. They're the same size, you don't have to worry about getting them mixed up. We're gonna do that right now. All right, the next thing we want to do, we want to approach this as if this is the front of the vehicle. Like this is the front of the hood we're looking out. So that means we can put the rear to the back. Remember, this is the leading edge here to the front. And although they're upside down, we can't get them confused. We know this will be the left side of the vehicle. This will be the right side of the vehicle. It's vice versa the way your arms are, your hands are, because you're facing it. So we got a right and we got our left. So we put the right on our left hand side, both of them. Doesn't matter which one, rear, right? We're gonna put these on our right hand side. Remember, there's a leading edge here, like an airplane wing. And we're gonna rotate these over and install them. I'll show you guys that right now. Also, I want to note, if you look at the washer, there's a curved side and a flat side. You want the flat side of this washer facing down, facing within that channel, like so. can snug them down now. Not tighten them up, we want to snug them down. That's it. Got the impact on the lower setting, so we're not gonna tighten them up. Just wanna put them in the middle. Wanna put them in the middle. Try to center them. Okay, we want to have some resistance. We don't want them loose, too loose, or we don't want them too tight. We just want some resistance. Some resistance. So when we do have to tighten them up, when we get them in place, we don't have to worry about doing a lot of screwing. All right, let's do the other side. Put them in the center. Try to center them to give us a reference. That's okay. Really quickly, here's another indicator that you have these mounting brackets or mounting braces on. There's arrows on all of them. Remember, we're on the left side. This is the rear. So the rear will go to the back of the vehicle and show you guys what we're going to use to keep the symmetry there without us getting a measuring tape or a ruler. You want to make sure they're symmetrical as possible. All right, let's do the next step really quickly so we can get these installed. All right, we want to use the key here to remove this cover. Like so. We can remove this one as well. Loosen these up right to the edge. That's fine. We'll loosen them there, right there to the edge. That's what this tool is for as well, in case they're snugged up. But I'm gonna get them close to the edge as possible. Let's do the other side. All right, these are already loose. I'm gonna do these a little bit more. All right, that should be good enough. All right, guys, we're gonna install the front first. We're gonna use this as our reference, the same as the back dead center here. It's like we'll block this out and just use this top section here. We use the top of this as our guide, and we wanna try to be in the center of this on both. So we'll install the front first, then I'll install the back off camera, but I'll show you guys how I'm installing it when I'll set the camera back. But we're gonna do the front step by step, a walkthrough of the front right now. Let me mount the camera. Although I have a couple crates out here and a step ladder, if you don't have neither, you can kind of open the door and use this as your height. Although I kind of recommend against this, it's kind of uncomfortable working with the door open. Just try to find a crate at least, or something to step on, small little step ladder. You can see here we kind of dead center here, like so. There's a rubber bush in here, a rubber grip to keep it from sliding back and forth. We know rubber is the best grip for any sofas. Look at the sole of our shoes, and it also keeps it from scratching this barb, so we don't have to worry about that, but it holds this thing in place. So this is fine. We'll leave it here. Now let's go adjust the other side really quickly. All right, I can deal with that. We're just going right up. You want to be technical and get a ruler or something to make sure it's within here, but I'll do it visually So we want to make sure we're down, so this can lock under this crease or this channel. All right, that's good. All right, looks good to me visually. So let me mount the camera so I can show you guys what we need to do to ensure this locks in place securely. You use your thumb to keep this in place, to keep it from pulling out of that channel once this is drawn in. Show you guys what we're going to use. Here's the wrench that comes with the kit. It has a hole in it to compensate for the length of that bolt. You just kind of screw it in like so, but we're going to use the impact for video purposes only. But you want to tighten both sides evenly as possible, going back and forth to each one as they draw in. So you also want to keep your thumb here. So let me mount the camera and show you what I'm talking about. I'll be using this 10mm deep well socket. If I can zoom in. On the impact, I got it on the lower setting, but you don't want to go too hard and strip anything out if you're using a drill or impact. Also, don't forget, left-hand side, look at the arrow, the driver's side, left-hand side, we're pointing towards the front. Make sure you don't have them on backwards. There's a leading edge here, and it's thinner here. Now we can tighten those lower screws up. All right, let me lock the other side in, screw the other side in, and we'll do the back off camera. All right, we'll do the back. Just mount the camera and show you guys me doing the back. I do want to note these covers that lock in place are interchangeable, so they'll work with either brace, no matter which brace you apply to. They are interchangeable. They go for left or right, it doesn't matter. All right, guys, it's a wrap. That's it. They look really good. Look really good. Really good. It fits. So, one last thing before we close the video out. The kit does come with some safety tips. So I think it's very important that you guys kind of go over this. These are here for a reason. Safety is always numero uno. Make sure you follow the safety steps. They come with the kit. So with that being said, guys, hope you guys found the video helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Terrence, I'm out.